Number 36, we're dealing with more eighth notes. So we studied a little bit of eighth notes back with Ode to Joy, and now we're going to be doing some more. So we're still in 4/4. So we have 4 beats in the measure, and we're starting off with 4 eighth notes and 2 quarter notes. So we like to say our beats with the 1, 2, 3, 4 with all those numbers, and then the upbeats with the and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this particular rhythm that we're starting off with in that first measure and that first line really is 1 and 2 and 3, 4. My students know that's Mississippi hot dog or Mississippi River, whatever that you want to call it. But I encourage a half, 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 whole, whole, just so that we can get the bow division up. So that we can use that whole bow, and then as we speed things up, we'll reduce the size. We will not always do a half bow for every single eighth note. It's just to get it in our arms and get to feel the difference between the eighth note and the quarter note. So first things first, you gotta say it. So say it with me. If you still feel silly, you're doing it right. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So air bow it. Half, 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 whole, whole. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Now let's do that just on open A. Ready? This is going to be the lower half and then the full bow. Ready and go and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Again. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Good. Now let's do it on the G, the D, the A, the E. 1 and 2 and ready, go. And roll over D. We really want the inner bow before we start introducing our fingers so that we don't have to worry about both at the same time, because there's no real such thing as multitasking. You're quickly shifting your attention from one thing to the other. So might as well have this in your arm so that you can focus on the notes themselves. So let's look at those notes. We are staying just on the A string and the E string. Let's look at this first line and we'll get to that second line after. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2, the whole line's that way. So A, B, C, 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 D, E, F, E, D, C, 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 D, C, B. Now, she's trying to fool you with these, and I really approve. She's moving where we change the note. So at first, it's the 4th beat for the first and second measure. And then the 3rd measure, it's changing on the and of 2. And then the same thing for that 4th measure. So I think it's really a good idea to say it a bunch of times and then pluck it out. So pause the video and say it a whole bunch and get comfortable with it. So now let's do the plucking. I'm gonna have my fingers 1, 2, 3, and slightly lift. Ready and pluck, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, C, 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 D, open E, 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 F, E, all 3 is D, C, 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 D, C, B, good. Repeat that, do it a bunch of times. Now let's do that with our bow. Ready and go and 1 and 2 and 3, C, E, good. Now let's look at that second line. It's very similar. It's just a variation of what we just played. So this is all 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're just going to do 8th notes with our bows, the half bows the entire time. So A, B, B, C, 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 D, D, E, F, E, D, D, C, 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 D, C, C, A. That's a lot. So take your time, slow it down so that you can say it correctly and get comfortable with it, because it's really important. Say it while you're doing the fingers as well. So now let's pluck it. Ready and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and. Okay, so I was saying the beat the entire time because I use the beats to help me know exactly where I am. So I'm not like, wait, hold on, my up, down, bow, down, bow, all of those. Use all of those things to count to help you to stay where you are. So now let's do our bowing. Ready and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and. Good. Now let's play the whole, all of number 36. 1 and 2 and ready, go. And.